Just give so we can keep on these programs and keep on having camps all year round, pandemic or no pandemic.
When Mama Lou called me and asked me to create this Zoom recording for the Hearts and Hope Gala, I had to sit back and reflect and think about how did AZI become a partner with Epic Experience. And I'd be remiss if I didn't point out that we really owe the opportunity to someone we all know very well, Louis Chin, also known as Stud. And as we talked about the mutual missions of our two organizations, we realized that there's a real relationship there and it's a real synergy in what our mutual missions are. AZI has a mission called HHC, stands for Human Health Care. One of the things that we've had in feedback from AZI is that for those of us that have had the opportunity to participate, it's been some of the most meaningful experiences that we've ever had. On behalf of AZI Pharmaceuticals, thank you to Epic Experience for everything that you do on behalf of cancer patients and caregivers to help them continue to thrive. We will always be grateful. And thank you, of course, to Louis for bringing us into this wonderful world of Epic Experience and introducing us to a whole new world of family and friends. It is something that matters very deeply to all of us here at AZI, and we are very truly appreciative of our relationship with Epic Experience.
I am Dave Fuhrer, a two-time testicular cancer thriver.
I am Hazel. I am a stage 4 lung cancer thriver.
I am David. I am a testicular cancer thriver.
I'm Tommy, and I'm an epithelioid sarcoma thriver.
I am Mike. And I am a two-time melanoma cancer thriver.
I am Amanda, a stage 3 colon cancer thriver, and I am.
And I am.
And I am.
And I am.
Epic experience.
Epic experience.
Epic experience.
Epic experience.
Epic experience.
We are Epic Experience.
Now that we all have our cocktail, I'm here at the 7W Ranch, home to where we host all of our week-long adventure camps, the pinnacle programs in which we're founded on, that provide transformational experiences to adult cancer survivors and thrivers here in Colorado and around the country. So, with the pandemic, we were not able to host these in-person programs. We work with a community that is immunocompromised, and we understand that. And always at the heart of Epic Experience in anything that we do, we make sure that our health and well-being of our community comes first. So we pivoted, and we went to virtual programming. And we're so excited because it's taught us things that we didn't know before. We found out we could do 3-day virtual camps in which we were able to reach people that were sitting there in their hospital gown in their hospital bed and give them the support they needed at that time. We were able to go ahead and transition some programs that was once a live stream to a podcast, getting with the times, if you will, but able to reach more people and educate them on such things as fertility, dating and cancer, non-Hodgkin's lymphoma and living with that and what it's like. But again, to share that perspective, we've launched our How to Cancer programs, in which they are 3 to 5 minute videos that give an a la carte menu to whether you're a cancer survivor, a caregiver, or anyone that just wants to learn about how to support the cancer community, in which we can talk about things in easily digest videos that are short and quick hitting on topics like how to talk to a loved one you've been diagnosed with cancer, what scans can you expect, how to be your own cancer advocate, what to wear to cancer treatment. That is exactly what this program is supposed to do. And lastly, we are so excited, our latest program that Mama Lou and I have been talking about for a few years now, and this year's allowed us to do it because of the pandemic, is we are doing a virtual reality experience, going to provide headsets and goggles to cancer centers around the country, rural, big cities, you name it, in which we can help people in the waiting room, sitting there getting treatment, and they can be able to be immersed in an experience in which they are away from the 4 walls of that cancer center, from looking at the needles in the arm, what's going through their port, or just others in the medical environment. They'll have an escape to be able to be in nature, see the mountains, go cross-country skiing, go down the river. We're so excited to be able to do this to help those that are impacted by cancer around the country. And with your help tonight, we'll be able to reach even more and do more of those videos and get more of those goggles to those impacted by cancer. Lastly, we're excited to announce that our pinnacle programs, our week-long adventure camps, are going to be coming back in 2021. And we are going to be able to bring people again here to the 7W Ranch, in which we can empower them beyond their cancer diagnosis. And that is what Epic Experience is all about. Living beyond cancer, bringing people together. Whether it's a virtual experience to support them wherever they're at, or it's here at home at the 7W Ranch, in which we're able to say, hey, come with us, let's go on adventures, and let's live beyond cancer together. We thank you all for joining tonight. Have fun, kick up your heels. You better be wearing some boots. You might just be wearing a bow tie and a button-down shirt and just some basketball shorts. It's a Zoom world, we get it. But at the end of the day, have fun, learn some more about our organization, drink up, let's have fun for the next hour and a half. Thank you.
Experience was founded after my oldest son Michael was diagnosed with testicular cancer in 2007. I wanted to offer up hope to other cancer survivors so people know they're not alone, so that they know they can get out and start living again. It just may look different than how it did before they had cancer.
Epic Experience is unique in the fact that we really pride ourselves on trying to take anyone and everyone that we can. It doesn't matter when you were diagnosed. If you've been diagnosed 5 years out, 10 years out, 20 years out, we don't put a timeline on it. We say that, you know what, if you've had cancer come into your life, we have a place for you.
Epic Experience. One word, it's epic. You have a chance to come up here and do some things that you've never probably done before.
This camp has taught me, like, why are you afraid? Like, what's stopping you? I got out on the water in the pond here, and I'm like, I haven't done a headstand in a long time, and it's really difficult to do it on water, and I'm like, what am I afraid of?
At camp, it's about healing your soul and your spirit and living beyond that cancer diagnosis, having fun, being with people that understand, and really just embracing everything that life has to offer you.
They just said you were going to go to a camp, and I didn't even know where it was going to be. I got hauled up the mountain and got to play in the snow, and the thing that happened is I rediscovered joy, found myself again. Favorite memories from camp? Running down the hill in snowshoes. It's something I never really considered before.
I got on a sled today, and I'm gonna be honest, I mean, I've beat cancer, but I was still nervous to get on a sled.
Well, kayaking is individual. You're all alone in your boat, and it's you versus the elements and how strong you are and getting through the challenges that are coming up, whether they're rapids or something in the water in the way. And with cancer, it's you versus your diagnosis.
Epic Experience is about empowering adult cancer survivors and thrivers beyond their cancer diagnosis. It's about giving them a community in which they feel that they have people they can connect with, that understand them, and have walked their shoes to really know, hey, you know what, I'm not alone, and I have people with me, and it's so important for them to feel that connection.
Things that I used to worry about don't worry me as much anymore. Family is critically important. Friends and experiences is what life is about.
Well, I didn't think I needed this week, but I needed it more than I knew. I needed to just play in the snow. I needed to laugh until my sides hurt. I needed to connect with people, even though I didn't think I did. I needed to find out that I'm not alone in things I think I'm alone in.
So here at the 7W Ranch, not only are the activities that we do for the week amazing, but just the beautiful scenery around alone makes it just so incredible.
I was feeling a bit lost and unsure how to cope with life after cancer. I feel like Epic Experience brought me closer to who I used to be and who I want to be in the future.
Want me to cry when I talk about 7W? It's magic. You say. It's special.
If you are debating on coming on this trip, just do it. Don't hesitate. I hesitated. I waited till the last minute, and I am so grateful that I came here.
This has been life-changing. This week has absolutely changed my life in ways that I couldn't have even imagined that it would.
Epic Experience is the right name for this experience. Trust, go for it.
Why can't you experience this? It's something that they've already been through, cancer treatments, whatever the therapy is, and this is another way to heal.
If you want to really check back in with yourself and find out where your inner person is and where your soul survives, come to a camp and just let it be.
Don't think about it. Don't wonder, should I? Just do it. Sign up for camp, and it'll be an amazing experience full of a lifetime of memories.
Welcome and good evening to the 2021 Hearts and Hope Gala presented by Epic Experience. I'm Marty Lenz, and I just can't tell you how humbled and honored I am to play a very small role in tonight's festivities and fundraiser. I don't have to tell you, the past 14 months have been a difficult time for all of us, but none more so than for the adult cancer community. And what's nice is we can come together this evening and coalesce as a community to get together to empower that adult cancer community to live beyond cancer. And that is the mission of Epic Experience, and they have done that for many, many years. And you are a big part of that community. And we're asking you tonight to participate even further by opening your hearts, your time, your talent, and your treasure. Already, we have raised over $50,000, but we have much loftier goals than that, and we look forward to you tonight to being a part of that and playing a role in that. A lot of chatter in our house tonight. We're doing virtual. A lot of you are also doing the same virtual event, and we cannot thank you enough. And we look forward to actually doing this live again, I believe, in February of 2022, so make sure you mark that on your calendar to participate with us. We have plenty of sponsors and plenty of things that we're going to get to tonight, and lots of things going on. So please stay with us, have fun, enjoy yourselves, open up your hearts, open up your wallets. He's just coming to us now, Colin joining us. And we've got lots of sponsors we have to thank this evening.
That we do, and that was one very fast Can-Am ride down the mountain. Here I am down in Denver, Colorado. It's amazing how that works. But first we do want to thank our sponsors. So first we want to thank our top sponsor, Azi Pharmaceuticals, a great partner of ours.
Also tonight we want to thank Holiday Grace, Servier, and Krupka Family Trust. They have been big supporters as well.
Also, thank you to our Gold Hope sponsors, Landmark Health, Thor Labs, UC Health, and Ginny Cutright.
And also want to thank our Silver Adventure sponsors. That'd be Johns Hopkins Sidney Kimmel Comprehensive Cancer Center, Dr. Rick Mendelson, and Grit Health.
As well as Mike and Nancy Del Santo, RMS, and Nicola Lopercaro. Hope I pronounced that right.
You know, it is an interesting time that we're doing this virtually. And you and I have talked often on the radio about what Epic has mean and what it has done for the cancer community. But what does tonight mean, holding your Hearts and Hope Gala? What does that mean to Epic Experience and to the adult cancer community?
You know, the Hearts and Hope Gala for us, it truly is our launching point in which we're able to set our bar for how many cancer thrivers we can impact throughout the year. It's our biggest fundraiser. It's what we started with when we had nothing and nobody. We had done no camps, but we had our first gala back in 2012. And we were able to raise that night $25,000. And year over year, it's grown. But it truly is that point in which we can say, this is what we can do this year. With all the support from all of you, that is how we make the impact. It is, you know, not that we have the $1 million person out there. It's through people like you that's able to make that impact by giving what you can. If you have that $5 million, please give it. But in all seriousness, it's just about a group of people that care about making an impact on the adult cancer community with us and trusting us in that.
Talking about making an impact, when I got involved with Epic and I got to meet you all, one of the things that you really implored and impressed upon me, it's not just surviving with cancer, it's thriving, it's the living beyond. That's your mission statement. Express that to people, because I think sometimes people always think that, well, it's cancer, it's dour, it's this, and it can be sad and tough, but what Epic seems to do is really rally people and embrace people that are going through those tough times, but help them live and feel better and bright about everything.
Yeah, you know, it's about providing that transformational experience, Marty. And, you know, we've heard it over and over again from folks that attended our camps. I've attended some of our virtual programs we've done since COVID, that it gave them a reboot or a transformation to say, I can do these things. We know one woman, she was sleeping, waiting to die, came to our camp, and after she came to camp with us, she was going for walks. She started a dance class because she realized, I don't know if I have tomorrow, 3 years, 5 years, but I have each day. And what we are about at Epic Experience is collecting the memories in our pocket and treasuring each day. And our camp experience just tends to be that launching point.
I want to quickly get at least a feeling too. We mentioned about that we're virtual and we've gone through this era of COVID. What has it been like for the Epic community, for the adult cancer community with Epic?
You know, it's been interesting. We've still been holding a lot of virtual programs. Mama Lou, I will always say, much stronger myself. Anyone out there that knows her, our founder, she is the backbone of our organization. She is the heartbeat. But you know, she stays in touch with so many. But even those that attended our virtual programs, I've heard from them the quarantine aspect, reminding them of a transplant treatment or already having an immunocompromised, you know, system that they had to quarantine and give them PTSD almost. Right? And so also the loneliness, the isolation, it impacts everyone. But it's also like, okay, I thought I was over this hump of my cancer diagnosis, and now here I am kind of a little reserved again. And so we're excited to get back to, you know, being together, being around. But even in this COVID time, virtual, we could bring a community together to lean on each other to say, hey, you might be in your apartment in New York, but you know what? We're here, and let's talk, and let's have folks that understand that shared cancer perspective.
And that's where you come in, because the donations mean something, because your donations are literally going to Epic, the Epic experience, the experiences that these campers have. And that's, again, where you can play your part with this. And you've told me, but I want to express again, and most of you that are on this obviously understand Epic. Those joining us for the first time learning about this, thank you. Thank you for taking the time to be here. But talk about what those experiences mean to people. Again, it's that living beyond cancer.
Yeah, and that's exactly it. And it's just, to be able to take a time in which you're around people that understand that, again, that shared perspective, but you have that weekend almost, it's that, a lifetime of memories, as I personally have heard in the past, or Make-A-Wish for adults, if you will, where you're able to collect just so many memories to hold on to and cherish that, again, no matter what your timeline, it's in that pocket to say, I will never forget these experiences. I will never forget these people that understand me.
And speaking of which, there are a lot of wonderful people that have been a part of Epic, have been touched by Epic, and we're going to be talking about a lot of those people throughout this evening.
Yep, and we definitely want to honor one of them here tonight. I'm going to try and keep it together, but our board chair, Lewis Chin, aka Stud, has been the driving force to get us going over these past few years. Stud came to camp with us, I think it was 4 years ago now. Might have been 5, but still, it's, the moment he came in, he knew he wanted to give back and help. And first our alumni team, then it was our board, and then we became the board chair, because I was the chair at the time, and I said, I'm giving it to that guy because, he talks too much and, rubs me the wrong way, and all the stuff that the sarcastic Lewis Chin does, but it's who he is, and that's why so many of you are here tonight. And so we do want to do a special thank you and just honor and just, unfortunately, Stud is looking to the next chapter of his life, but he is here with us tonight. And how does this man honor us and honor his work? He invites all of his friends because he said, hey, I'm still here. I want to do something. I might be laying in bed waiting for that day, but that day's not here yet, and I want to impact Epic Experience, and that's all he's done. Lewis, I love you. Oh, here we go. Hello, everybody. I'm going for it, but this is what we're about. We're real. Lewis, I love you. The Epic Experience family loves you. Thank you for your endless hours of work, your compassion, and as I say, Mama Lou is the heartbeat of Epic Experience. You have been her pacemaker. You have been so much that piece to bring calm to our organization, bring drive, amazing fundraising, which there's a lot of you here tonight, thanks to Lou. And so we just want to say thank you. And I'm still pissed at you because I have to step back into that board chair role, but I will try and do it justice as well as you did. But really just thank you for being exactly what the Epic Experience family is meant to be.
Give a toast to Lou, folks. Thank you, Colin. Right now we're going to pass it back to Nancy. Mama Lou, she's at the 7W Ranch. That is the home of Epic Experience.
Hi, I'm Nancy Farrow, the founder of Epic Experience. I want to welcome you to the 2021 Hearts and Hope Gala. It's virtual this year, but so has the rest of the year been, right? We've all come together with our friends on Zoom and all sorts of different ways, block parties and everything else. But now we want to celebrate tonight an evening of our volunteers, of our people that have given so much to Epic Experience, while remembering those that we have lost, that have attended camp before, that passed away over the last year. So I want to welcome you. Jessix wants to welcome you. He's excited that you're here. He may not look excited, but he is. So thank you so much for joining us. And we hope you have a wonderful time sitting back, listening, and hearing the stories about Epic Experience. Thank you.
Thank you, Mama Lou. Anybody that's spent any time at the 7W Ranch loves that place. It is a fantastic, beautiful literal experience and escape for everybody and anybody. I love going up there.
It's an amazing spot. It's truly a heaven on earth type of place. 3 hours west of Denver, Colorado. It's been our home since we were founded, and we're glad that we can be here in Denver, and Mama Lou can be representing up there at the 7W Ranch, which is home to so many of our cancer thrivers.
And we love everybody where you're at. I know there's people in Florida, other parts of the country. Florida is the first one that comes to mind, but you're all over, and we appreciate you taking the time this evening on a Saturday to spend time with us and Epic Experience. At the top, Colin touched on a little bit about the people that truly make up Epic Experience, and I undersell them so much by just saying they're wonderful, fantastic, unbelievable people.
That they are, and each year, unfortunately, because we do work in this space of cancer, our Epic Experience family does lose, unfortunately, some members of that family. And so one thing that we have always done is we honor them. We tell their story because they are more than a name to us. They are more than a week. They are a part of that Epic Experience family. And it's important for us that we honor all of them. And so now we're going to go ahead and we're going to pass it back to Mama Lou up at the 7W Ranch. And she's going to go ahead and share a little bit about each of those people that we remember this evening.
We all know somebody touched by cancer. Came into our lives directly, and now it's come into the Epic family through all the people that we've lost that have joined us at camp. We love each and every one of them, and now we want to honor those that we've lost over the last year. Michelle, or as we knew her, Rescue, joined us a year ago. Just a year, and was full of life. She came to winter camp and had so much fun and cared so much about everybody, always asking questions about somebody else. How are they doing? What was their journey? She cared so deeply and will be forever missed. Richard, Papa Smurf, came to Epic our very first year in 2013. An amazing man. He had brain cancer, and he kept warning us that I just kind of blurt stuff out sometimes. But we were like, that's fine. But he had the driest sense of humor and, again, a huge heart. He fought for a long time. But last year, cancer finally said it was his time. We will miss his laughter, but have such great memories of what we remember when he joined us at camp. Tony came to camp during the summer. Her nickname is T-Biz. And she and I had a lot in common in that we both are total horse people. We love horses. So at camp and at the ranch during the summer, all the camp horses were there, and she absolutely loved them. But everybody was so energized by just who she was. She was so positive. She fought cancer for over 10 years and just was an incredible spirit all the way through it, so full of joy and always talking about the love she had for her 2 daughters. Kelly also joined us our very first year. She and I became very dear friends on top of her jumping in and volunteering at camp. She fought cancer of the endocrine system for 10 years. We were excited when all of a sudden we had 2 other campers that had the same cancer, because it's very rare, and she was excited to meet them. But she joined us and volunteered at camp and did so much. I was lucky to become a close friend with her because we lived so close. So Hollywood, we'll remember you going down the river with the biggest smile and the biggest fear at the same time, but taking it on, and that next day going out on the river and owning it. Cassie, or Tigra as we called her, joined us last year from Seattle, Washington, or just outside of Seattle. The kindest woman. We were lucky enough to meet her the year before when we were doing some one-day programs in Seattle, and we met she and her husband. She came into camp. She was a nurse, stage 4 lung cancer, but took on everything we had with such a joy and a smile. Her camp had others with stage 4 lung cancer, and they all listened to one another. But Cassie had a special way of just letting people know that she was there and would always be there for them. Tom, or as we call him, Sea Dog, the avid sailor, He loved everything about coming to camp, although we didn't have sailboats for him. But he loved going down the river, and he loved sharing his story, because he thought, if I share my story, I'm going to help somebody else. I'm going to go out there and share my cancer so somebody else knows they can talk about theirs. He was friends with everybody at camp, from all the animals at the ranch to all the campers, and we'll forever miss him. But boy, what a big heart. Bridget came to camp about 5 years ago. Her nickname is Lotus, and she came in, she was so nervous, I'll never forget. The week before she joined us at camp, she had just relapsed, and she was so scared to come. She went to her doctors at Callaway Young Cancer Center and said, I can't do this, I need to start treatment right away. And they said, no, we think you need to go and feel the mountains. And it was tough. She was in pain, but she got out there. She was on the river with us, and she did everything. But Jessix, my dog, who's everybody's dog at camp, was a big part of her story that week. She had a meltdown one night at camp, and she and I just sat while everybody else was at campfire. And Jessix was there by her side. And Jessix just laid with her. And she is the only camper, as I've shared with many, that I've let a camper have Jessix spend the night with. And I was so concerned because he tends to kick and push and move around a lot. And he, with her, did not move a stitch. And the next morning, she got up, we went out on the river, and she was all smiles. So the magic of a dog and camp are pretty special. And I will forever hold that friendship and her love with us. Pat, or Flower as we knew her at camp, came our very first year in September of 2013. She had stage 4 lung cancer and was such an incredible, soft, gentle soul. She got out of the car first at the 7W and said, it's too cold, I'm going home. And I got her a big warm jacket and wrapped it around her, and she had an incredible week. She came with her friend Kyle, both of them lung cancer survivors, and just an incredible zest and the biggest heart. She just died recently, and we will forever miss Pat Flower. She said to me once, Mama Lou, you changed my life. And I said, no, Flower, you changed your own. Wow, Jessica, or as we called her 1%, because her cancer is so rare. A young woman under 40 years old. People think cancer doesn't happen that young, but it does. She was on a quest to live life. She knew that she had a story to tell through going out and just experiencing all of what life has to offer. She came to us, and boy, she had a huge personality, but I loved following her antics after she was at camp. She just continued to live every day and appreciate everything around her. And before she died, she had her own memorial service, and she was there for it because she was going to experience that with her friends as well. She will forever be missed. Jean, wow, a very quiet soul who I think when she arrived at camp was like, what am I doing here? Somebody told me to sign up for this camp, and I really don't know why I'm here. I don't know what to expect. Had a lot of nerves the night before we go out on the river, which is common for many, because we don't tell people a lot when they come to camp. We kind of give them an idea of what they're going to do. But once she got out on that river, she just went. She was like, okay, let's do it again. Are we doing it every day? Let's keep going. So she just, again, brought so much spark to everything at camp. And Rogue, I think of the Rogue River, because the river became her friend. And we talk about the river so much that it can teach us so much if we just let it take us down the river and pay attention to what it's telling us. Randy came to us a few years back at a winter camp. Such a gentle giant, and I mean a giant, over 6 feet tall, but with a huge heart. His cancer was a serious one, and he knew it, but he came and he opened up his heart, and he really cared more about everybody else at camp
than in telling his story. I think for him, he just wanted to know that he could help somebody else, which is a common theme with somebody going through cancer. When people say, mine's not that bad, somebody else has it worse. But he truly from his heart was like, I just want to hear what others have to say. And I'm going to get out there and I'm going to do whatever you ask me to do, snowshoe, cross country. Could be a little bit, could be a little further. But whatever he did with a big smile and a big mustache, which is why his nickname is Stash. Diane joined us a year ago. She's from Florida, had never seen snow in her life. She was so excited. She couldn't believe when we called and said, we want to invite you to camp. And she was like, really? Really? And we're like, yeah. She says, I've never been to snow. I have no idea. I have no clothes. I don't understand. We were giving her the shopping list of what to bring, and she didn't know what things were. We were like, you need long underwear. What are those for? This was a Florida woman through and through. But she came, and we talked her out into doing a few things because she was pretty nervous. But once she got out there, she'd look at me and go, Mama Lou, I can do it. And I'd look at her and say, of course you can. So stage 4 lung cancer, and she just had a heart of gold. So we were thrilled that we could finally give her her snow experience. Tina also came to camp last year. An amazing woman that fought cancer time and time again. Such a big heart. She just came and wanted to do absolutely everything. Some people come and are kind of timid, and they're like, well, I'll try that and get into it slowly. She was going to jump in feet first to everything we did. She was uncomfortable and not always without pain, but she came and she conquered, and she is loved by so many people. Her family shared so much when she passed, but her memories of just going out there and talking to other people. Again, the big connection of what we do at camp is bringing people together and allowing them just to say, I have cancer. And she did that with such zest and zealous to say, I'm gonna keep going as long as I can. And she did. Marlene came to camp last year. Her nickname's Spunky, which was so fitting because she just kept giving it to us right from the beginning. Everything she says, she's like, really, we're gonna do this? I'm gonna do this? I don't think so. And I would look at her and say, oh, I do think so. And yes, you are. She too fell in love with Jessix, the camp dog, everybody's favorite camper and staff member. But she came in, talked about her family all the time, and just her zest for life, but an appreciation to know, you know what? I'm ready to go. I've had an incredible life. But when she was here, just always a smile on her face, and we are forever grateful she joined us. So all these amazing people that we've lost over the last year, and we know there'll be more because cancer is terrible. But that's why we do what we do. We want to offer up hope that we can live each day and still enjoy and create memories that are there for us while we have them, but we also have memories that'll be left behind for our family and friends. We look to the future when next year we're arm in arm with our Epic Experience family gathered around this candle. So often I'm asked how I do what I do when we lose people. Well, we honor them like we did in the memorial ceremony. Every person that comes to Epic Experience leaves an imprint on our hearts. forever. So we're so grateful that they've joined us. So now we just hope you're having a wonderful time remembering those in our community and hearing our stories. But now we're going to switch to our important award. It's called our Epic Hero Award. And we started this to honor people in the medical community, people that are making a difference. Well, not only do we have someone this year that's making a huge difference in the medical community, but he's made a huge difference at Epic Experience. Rick, aka Dexter, is our Epic Hero Award this year. Rick is amazing. He's an ER doc in Austin, Texas. He was introduced to Epic Experience by one of our campers, Nancy, in Florida. Bleep is her middle name, or her nickname. And all of a sudden, he quickly came in and has since volunteered almost every year since he started. But not only that, through the pandemic, Rick is an ER doc in Austin, Texas. And his hours that he has worked for everybody in the Austin community and what he has dealt with, we want to honor him along with everybody else that's done so much to help everybody. But our way of honoring this one person is to give Rick the Epic Hero Award and thank him for being epic and part of our epic family.
Thank you so very much for this wonderful honor of being Epic Experience Hero. I've been coming to Epic for 4 years, thanks to my friend Nancy Gulker. Nancy is a good friend of mine since elementary school. And through her experience with Epic, she introduced me to Nancy, and I was always looking to give back somehow, some way as an ER doctor. Didn't really know how, but Nancy was nice enough to talk to me about her experience with Epic, and we decided that'd be a great opportunity for me to give back to camp as a medical staff member, and she put me in touch with Mama Lou. After a brief conversation, Nancy was nice enough to offer me a position as medical staff member, and I went to my first camp over the summer. That 1 week was extremely meaningful to me. I knew I was going to a cancer camp, not knowing really what to expect. I was very quiet. I was sat in the background just listening and taking everything in. I didn't know what to expect, and as a staff member, I was invited to everything and anything that camp offered, on the water and off the water. We participated in campfire and breakout groups and every meal, and to be a part of everything, just listening and taking everything in was extremely motivating to me to continue to be a part of this amazing organization. To hear everybody share their stories and their experiences as cancer thrivers and survivors was really insightful to me, and made it extremely personal to me as a reason to want to come back to the camp. And after my first camp, I actually reached out to Nancy, and she invited me back again and again and again, 4 years running until COVID put a stop to that. But I'm certainly hopeful that we get through COVID, and that I look forward to rejoining camp again in the future, because the memories I have of the camp, the memories I have of every camper that I've been in touch with, is really special to me. And this honor of being a hero for you all, I just hope I can continue to live up to that honor of being a hero. Thank you again.
Thank you for being with us. I hope you've enjoyed everything that you've been seeing so far with the Hearts and Hope Gala here, the 2021 edition with Epic Experience. Always, again, love seeing shots and views and what goes on at the 7W Ranch. I'm Marty Lenz, along with Colin Farrow, of course, of Epic Experience, as we continue to help facilitate tonight's festivities. Throughout the evening, you see this. We want you to bid early and often, as we joke about all the time, on all the auction items that we have. And we want to highlight some of those items for you right now.
Yeah, so one of those items is we have a 1-year, one-of-a-kind annual golf membership to the Dormy Network. This program, it is good for a year. You have an annual chance to go to 6 different courses around the country.
Wow, okay.
This is the type of golfing that you can only dream of. These courses are impeccable. You are treated like you are a member at each one. So I highly encourage you, check it out. $10,000 gets you that annual membership that is at a value of $23,000. So if you can walk away with 10, if you're a golfer like myself, but I work for a nonprofit. So I'm asking all of you, hey, if you want, help us out, think about checking that auction item out.
And if you're a bad golfer, you should pay more because of divot repair. So think about that. If you're horrible like me, a duffer, you maybe ought to contribute more for that
That's
as
fair.
well. Speaking of which, again, we're about raising money. I mean, that's the whole point of it. Let's not hide that. Right now, we've raised $61,000. That's nice. That's a start. And we appreciate you so much for donating what you have. But if we can, we're just asking, it is an ask, that if you can give more and continue to help with that. Again, at the top of the gala, we talked about how we're doing this virtually this year, and it's kind of odd. And this gives us a chance to talk about the safety protocols, because what I love about EPIC is how safe and how kind and concerned and thoughtful, following the science, to be safe with the adult cancer community. Just to give you an idea, and I'm assuming you're doing that as well at home, everybody in this home has been vaccinated. We are safe. We have taken and done our due diligence to make sure that everybody here in the home is protected against COVID. And, because we can go out into other communities and potentially spread it. So we have done all the due diligence to be safe in that process.
That we have.
And so that's something that I hope you're doing as well. But again, that's one of the prime missions of EPIC Experiences, but keeping the cancer community safe as well.
Yes, yes.
So as we continue on with tonight's efforts, I want to get to this because I know we're trying to honor and recognize people that have been a part of EPIC Experience, and there's so many. So if we don't include everybody, it doesn't mean they don't do it, but there's special people we want to highlight.
Yeah, so it's this year, every year at the Gala, we have a camper speaker. And it just happens that our speaker this year, Dave Fuhrer, aka River, as we know him, we actually knew him before he came to camp. Dave has been a cancer advocate for many years now, with on the board of one of our partner organizations, and then said, it's time for me to take care of myself. I'll let him tell his story, but the pictures of River in the snow, which is kind of funny to think about, but the pictures of River in the snow with a big smile on his face is what we will remember him by. He's an advocate for all cancer thrivers, but he is now a part of our EPIC Experience family. And we're going to let him share a little bit about his journey and his experience. So with that being said, River, pass it to you.
Hi, everyone. I'm honored to be with you today. My name is Dave Fuhrer, and my camp name is River. And I can feel all the emotion in me in everything I want to convey in these few moments that we have together. I'd like to start with my camp name, because that was one of my first experiences as a camper at EPIC. And the whole experience of arriving there and not knowing what would happen or what the experience would mean like was a really wonderfully uncertain time. How often in life do we get to do things where we have no idea what's ahead of us? And I remember that's how I felt arriving there. And the process of picking a camp name was something that I took seriously. It was sacred to me, because without knowing what was ahead, it was what I knew I would carry through the experience and whatever it meant to me. And so, I had tons of ideas, all these creative things firing in my mind. And as we were driving out to camp, the river runs along us. And I remember seeing how the water was flowing over the rocks, and it was just this beautiful, serene, almost overwhelming feeling. And it dawned on me that I wanted my camp name to be River, because what I take from the river is that it is changing and flowing, and we never know where it's going to go. And it is beautiful to watch in the moment, and remarkable to see how it changes over time. And so with that sort of profound sense, I asked if my name could be River. And so starting out the week, still not knowing what was ahead, I sort of had this calm centering, this is how I will face the week. And what I'd like to share with you is that going through cancer 2 different times in my 20s really took away my identity, or who I thought I knew I was in the world. It called into question my identity as a man, because I'm a testicular cancer survivor, my stability my finances, my career. There isn't much that isn't affected by a cancer diagnosis. And so because of how much my life was affected, I knew that I wanted to be a part of helping others that would follow in that experience. And so together with other young adult cancer survivors and advocates, we created Grit Health, which is a community for people that have been affected by cancer that is free from judgment. It is a place to have conversations that maybe out in the world aren't as comfortable to do. And even though I do this as my life now, I still hadn't taken care of myself in a way that I didn't know I needed. And I would find out that the camp experience was exactly that. It was something that I didn't know that I would need, nor how much it would change my relationship with myself. And so as I sit here now, just over a year out as a camp alumni, and I have a new family in the Epic Experience family and community, I think about the things that I learned about myself and how much that is who I am now for the rest of my life. And when we try to think about or convey what something means to us, sure, there's the number of days or the amount of activities, or there's all these ways to quantify what experiences mean in our life. But I will always think about the Epic Experience as a turning point that allowed me to heal and to learn things about myself and to carry that for the rest of my life. And so in all of the work that I get to do now, across all of the numbers of days that I have left as a survivor, I carry with me the Epic Experience and that feeling of being River. I can't express my gratitude enough for the Epic Experience family and how much you've changed my life, and for all of the Epic campers, everybody that I've met and stay in touch with and see them flourishing. And to you, everybody who supports Epic Experience, because that support is what enables the Epic team to change lives like mine. And so it is with the deepest gratitude for what I've experienced and for the most incredible excitement for what every camper that has yet to come will experience.
This year is so excited for our Epic Volunteer Award. But it's a special twist this year, as we're actually renaming our award in honor of a very special volunteer for Epic Experience. We're renaming the award the Lewis Chin Stud Award. Stud was Lewis's nickname at camp, and it just stuck with lots of his friends. So now we're so excited to give the award to Sabine Schwab, or as she's known at camp, B. From the moment she came to camp in 2016, she offered up, "What can I do? How can I help?" She joined our volunteer team, then she became the lead on our volunteer team, then she became a member of our board of directors. B, you truly are epic. So this award is for you as a small way for us to say thank you for everything you've done for Wingman and I, all the survivors that have joined us, and everybody that'll come in the future. You truly are epic. Thank you.
Well, thank you so much, Mama Lou, and hi everyone. I hope you're having a good time tonight. My name is Sabine Schwab, and some of you may know me as B, just B, under my Epic Experience camp name. I'm an almost 7-year primary brain tumor survivor, and I'm honored to be here tonight. And I'm truly honored to be the recipient of this amazing award. Thank you, Nancy and Colin, and everyone at Epic Experience. I'm truly touched, especially because it has been renamed after one of the most, this is hard, sorry, one of the most inspiring volunteers and people that I know, Lewis Chin. he means so much to me, and I learned so much from him. And it's truly a pleasure to serve and volunteer alongside Louis. Thank you so much. So the reason why I volunteer is obviously not to be on the receiving end of such beautiful flowers. Aren't they gorgeous? I got them today, this morning, as a surprise. Thank you again, Mama Lou and Wingman. They are beautiful. But I volunteer because I wanted to give back right after I attended camp. It was actually on the last day, I believe, when I had asked Mama Lou if there's a way I can give back. And she said, yeah, of course you can join the alumni team. And I did. So I head up the alumni team for the past 5 years. It has been since I attended camp now. And we are a group of 10 former campers who help Nancy and Colin to raise funds and raise awareness. And it's really fun to do it. I also serve on the board of directors, and I sit on the fundraising committee and just help wherever help is needed. And volunteering to me has pretty much become the new purpose in my life. I think many of you cancer survivors in the audience tonight can relate when I say that there was a deep hole right after treatment, and I was in that hole. I didn't know who I was anymore, what to do with my life anymore. And that was when I attended camp, and I was just not in a good place mentally and emotionally. And Nancy and Colin and everyone who was there helped me to get through this. We sometimes joke that I was underwater, and let me tell you, there's always someone who can pull you out. And some of you know that it's not just a metaphor in my case. Yeah, so I'm forever grateful for EPIC to have given me that new purpose in my life. I do serve for many other nonprofits as well and healthcare organizations, but EPIC to me is special. It's special for so many reasons, but if I had to sum it up, it's the family and community feeling that they provide that none of the others do. And I do believe that family and community are so important. So if you have it in you tonight to help cancer patients and survivors like myself, I would encourage you to give and donate so that others get to experience similar feeling that I had at camp, and to get a new purpose and to get the hope through the EPIC experience programs, both virtual and in person.
I can't think of a more deserving honor to win the Louis Chin Stud Award than B. I mean, just you can see how much that touched her, and I can't think of I met her, what a wonderful person. Again, just all the people that are touched and tied with EPIC experience are just wonderful, and B's just a wonderful example of that.
That she is. She's never allowed to leave us. Yeah, we always tell her, we're like, you're our brain, so you got to stick around.
And if you want to do what B does, what any of us do that are part of this, now is the time in which you can come and be a part and help empower the adult cancer community. Remember, this is living beyond cancer, and we can't emphasize that enough. But the only way we do that is by, as the old axiom used to be, time, talent, and treasure. So right now we're asking you for a little bit of your treasure. You are spending your time with us, and we hope you share your talent at some point. So we are a fundraiser. We're trying to help get wonderful people these wonderful experiences. One of those experiences to talk about as well, this is a really nice one.
Yeah, so we have a week-long stay in Vail, Colorado, in the heart of Vail, in the middle of Vail Village. You have a concierge service, and I mean, it's valued at $15,000. So, go and check it out. It's an amazing, I believe, 4-bedroom condo looking out at the square. You have a patio, everything else. So if you're looking to get out and experience Vail, it's a great spot. We have some other great Vail gift cards and packages, so make it a whole stay. But check that out in the silent auction.
By the way, if you are a foodie, one of the best foodie towns in the world is the Bay Area, San Francisco. And in honor of Stud, Louis Chin, right now there's some fantastic offerings. You check out some wonderful restaurants and eateries in the Bay Area. Make sure you check that out as well. And think about Louis as you are making those donations. Speaking of the donations, people always wonder, well, what can I give? If I give, does it really make a difference? And yes, anything you give can make a difference. But we want to kind of give you a little bit of a strata about if you give a certain amount, what it actually means to a camper. So one of the examples is people always ask or often ask, and I did as well, what does it cost for one person to have an experience at Epic Experience?
Yep, so for one person to attend, it's $3,500. For a camp, it's $35,000 to sponsor one camp. And so if any of you are out there right now and you can, give $35,000, please do. But this is the time, as Marty said, we're asking you, open your wallets, help us transform cancer thrivers' lives.
Yeah, it is transformational, so if you can give the $35,000, please do, But obviously we understand that other people want to give, but maybe that isn't something. So what does somebody get if they give, say, $10,000? What does that do for a camper?
So $10,000, that will help us. We have our new, as you saw at the beginning, our production of our virtual reality program that we're going to get to cancer centers around the country. That will cover paying for the production of our summer series, which will include 2 virtual reality videos that we will then be able to get to cancer centers all around the country. And we'll be giving it to them so they can be immersed in that experience in their chair while they get treatment, or while they maybe are in a waiting room, to be able to get them out and give them some immersion therapy away from that cancer treatment center.
Another thing, and when I saw about this sponsorship bubble, I thought, wow, this is a lot of bang for your buck. If I give you $5,000, what does that do for the campers?
So $5,000 is, would be huge. And I just got to say, anything you guys can give, and I know a lot of you already have given tonight, right? But if you can give more, we're asking you, continue, give with us. I promise it can work more than once. So, keep testing those buttons and keep giving. But $5,000 sponsors a one-day regional event for 25 cancer thrivers and caregivers. We had planned to do 8 of them going into this year. Last year, COVID world, right? And we haven't been able to do them. And so we're excited to bring those back. We have already identified those locations to start traveling around the country and being able to bring these to folks in their regions in which we bring people together. So, you could 25 people at $5,000 for a day in which they can, again, have a community in which they feel heard and understood.
That is transformative. So we talk about the wonderful community that we have here at Epic Experience, and we've talked a lot about the 7W Ranch. Well, Epic is, are wonderful participants in that, but the stewards of that are Mark and Amy, and they are donating, are willing to match a $10,000 donation. That's huge. So if you donate $10,000, Mark and Amy, they're the proprietors of the 7W Ranch, they will match that. So please, honestly think about that. Something else too that impresses me as well, I love getting out on horseback. There's nothing more freeing, and from what I see here, if you donate $1,000, that's horseback riding for 15 campers.
15 people, and it's a beautiful ride. It's right at the bottom of the hill of 7W Ranch around Sweetwater Lake, and it is one of those things, you take in the views, we get great pictures, but they're out there just on the horse, enjoying the scenery, feeling peaceful, but having an experience. We've had one woman who was petrified. I was holding her hand for no joke, probably about 10 minutes, because she thought she had to get off the horse. She just was terrified of a horse. I alone have had my own horse injury in the past, and I was there with her, and I was holding her hand. I was like, you can do this, right? You can do this ride. And afterwards, she gave me the biggest hug, and she was like, thank you so much. Like, I needed that. And she felt like she just could live and overcome things even more, just like she did a cancer diagnosis. She can overcome the fear of getting on a horse and riding on a horse again. And so that was just, an amazing thing to have.
And one of the biggest entries, too, is just getting a camper to camp. And people always ask, well, how does that work as well? If you donate $500, that's travel for one camper to come to camp here, at the 7W Ranch in beautiful, beautiful Colorado. So think about that, because once you just open that door for somebody, that can totally be transformative and change, people's perceptions with that as well.
Yeah.
$250, it's 1 month of Sweat City workouts virtually. That's huge. We've all been working out virtually for the most part, and so that's wonderful as well. But anything and everything that you can donate is just going to go a long ways to helping. And I want to remind you as well, the broadcast may be done, but stay afterwards, stay in your rooms, intermingle, talk, chat, donate more money. Please participate, because you are the big reason, obviously, why we do this, the campers, but you as well supporting them. So please hang around for that.
Yeah. And I just want to let you guys know, again, Mark and Amy, thank you so much for that match. Please, we're seeing the funds come in. If we can match that $10,000, that'd be huge to be able to help support us. What's the virtual reality experience that we're so excited to launch, or just getting back to camps, which we're so excited to announce. We are getting back to in-person camps this year. We're getting back to in-person regional events this year. And we are so excited to be able to touch people and embrace our community to say, hey, you know what, we're here for one another, and we can lean on one another during that cancer treatment. And I do have to say, as we're sitting here and I'm seeing these donations come in, just one, gratitude and thank you, because it is you guys, we can't do it without you. But we also just got noticed, and this just shows the power that he had. And again, we won't hide from it tonight. We're honoring you, Lou. We see you, we hear you, and you're with us. But one of his friends that he invited here tonight informed us he's giving a $4,000 donation in Lou's honor, and he already gave $1,000 previously. Just goes to show, please, if you're connecting at all with what we're saying tonight, with our mission of empowering adult cancer survivors and thrivers beyond cancer, if that at all connects to you, please give what you can. And as I said, you can't give too much, can't hit the buttons too much. If there's something you want to give after, you let us know. We're able to accept stock donations, right? That's one thing that we can do. People have donated, donate land, whatever. If you have a car, but there's so many different ways to give. There's ways in which we can help educate you on that. If you want to give more and you say, hey, I want to be able to figure out different ways to give, let us know, and we can help shepherd that conversation for you to be able to let you know how you can help support us.
Everybody's been touched by cancer in some form or fashion. Literally, you can reach out and touch somebody, a family member, friend. Anecdotally for me, my father had cancer. My best friend has cancer. And what they need is they need the motivation. They need people behind them, and because they want to live and they want to thrive and live beyond, as the mission statement is, so much of Epic Experience. So anything you can do to help support that mission, because you've been touched in some form or fashion. Even if you don't think, you don't have to probably go too far down if you're counting people. Somebody's been hit by this. Think about that. Think about the impact it has on you emotionally. And you turn that emotion, turn that into money. And please give money. And please stay after and continue to donate. And if you can, evangelize about what Epic Experience does. That's my role. My job is just to provide a voice for them. And I play such a small role, and so I'm honored to do it. But I cannot express enough how honored and how touched I am by learning about this community and learning what they do and how they help people, adults with cancer, and how big of a deal that is. So if you've been touched by any of this, literally, figuratively, please just donate and think of those people that you personally know that have been touched by cancer. Lou, we love you. Thinking about you all the time. Cannot wait to do this again, but in person in February of 2022.
We are very excited. Very, very excited. Anyone that knows Wingman at the Gala, I very much show at the end of the night how excited I am. On the dance floor, might have had a few cocktails, maybe. But February 12th of 2022, we will be back at the Four Seasons in Denver having our gala in person. We've already had the reservations done, and so we're so excited to be back in person, have that going. They remodeled the whole ballroom, so if you've been there before, it's got a new look. That's going to be exciting, but just to come together, bring the energy. But then on top of that, for those of you around the country, we're also going to be doing this broadcasted from the Four Seasons next year, so you can tune in even if you can't be there in person. And so, but again, whatever you all out there can do to help support the organization, we are a small family-run organization. It's people like Marty and his wife Jolynn that are, champions of ours to help extend our reach. It's all of you. Currently the staff, it's myself, it's Mama Lou, who is my mom, it's Fuzzy, who is my dad. We are a family-run organization through and through because we personally, firsthand know a cancer diagnosis is hard, not only on the survivor, but on the whole family, and how it can transform your life. And we want to help just pick any of you up that need it. If you know someone that needs it, let us know, and we are here for you.
You are Epic Experience. The campers are Epic Experience. Those with cancer that are surviving and thriving, they are Epic Experience. Thank you so much. We appreciate you being a part of this virtual gala tonight, the 2021 Hearts and Hope Gala. Please stay afterwards. Please continue to open your wallets and continue to open your hearts. Thank you so much, and good night.
And one more thing, because this is what we do. Marty's used to me on the radio, so now he's in my territory. And we're live. Look. I do want to ask, do we have a live total right now? I have some folks back here. Do we have a live total? Okay, so we're at $64,000. We still need more. The donating does not close now, so please continue to donate. It's one of those things. If you say, I've given what I can, but you connect with what we did tonight, please reach out to your family members, your friends, send them the link. Say, hey, will you take a look at this and consider donating what you can? That's how you can help us tonight, is by sending out to your community, helping us extend the reach, because we want to be able to impact as many as we can with Epic Experience. So again, as Marty said, thank you. We're going to go have some wine now. We hope you are too at home. We hope you're having some fun. But now stay. You can go to your rooms, and stay and chat after. But we're going to do a short 1-minute video, and we hope you enjoy it. Thank you very much for being here. We know Zoom is tough, but we appreciate all your energy and attention tonight. Goodbye, everyone. We'll see you next year.
Good night.
I am Dave Fuhrer, a 2-time testicular cancer thriver.
I am Hazel. I am a stage 4 lung cancer thriver.
I am David. I am a testicular cancer thriver.
I'm Tommy, and I'm an epithelioid sarcoma thriver.
I am Mike, and I am a 2-time melanoma cancer thriver.
I am Amanda, a stage 3 colon cancer thriver, and I am.
And I am.
And I am.
And I am.
Epic experience.
Epic experience.
Epic experience.
Epic experience.
Epic experience.
We are epic experience.